How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the two brand new World Series rewards that are going to be coming out starting on August 3rd. If we take a look at this updated schedule in game, we can see that on the 3rd, the season will end at 3 p.m. Pacific time like it does every other season, 6 p.m. Eastern, and then we'll get the brand new World Series rewards, a signature pitcher, and an MVP legend. Now, SDS has kind of tweeted out a couple different clues, and we're going to go over some of those clues, who I initially thought it would be, and then once you guys kind of narrowed it down over on Twitter, we were able to figure out who these two World Series rewards are. So with that being said, of course, you can see that the season ends August 3rd, 3 p.m. Pacific time. It's also available in the actual ranked seasons menu. So the very first clue that we have, other than the MVP legend and the signature pitcher, is that our two new ranked seasons rewards have combined for 17 All-Star appearances and 3,000 plus hits. So they'll be coming out. This is the teaser that SDS released, but they also released a couple other clues. So I was actually live streaming yesterday trying to make it into the World Series. They released this clue, which we kind of talked about. It was kind of hard to figure out who this would be right away. My first thought was kind of Ricky Henderson. As I zoomed in on the picture, you can kind of see Oakland Stadium there in the cleats. So that's kind of what I was thinking, but that will account for 10 of the All-Star appearances and all of the hits. So we can kind of guess that the other player is going to be a pitcher, and they confirmed that with this third clue. Initially, I thought that we would see Ricky Henderson and then Billy Wagner, because that kind of matches up with the All-Star appearances. Also, we saw a signature series Billy Wagner last year. But this clue, of course, takes away from that, as it says that this player has over 100 wins as a starting pitcher for the American League. My very first thought was, without a doubt, Max Scherzer. He played for the Tigers for a few years. He won 20 games in one season. I thought for sure that he had over 100 wins as an American League starting pitcher, but I was incorrect. He only has 82 wins in the American League. I didn't even think to look it up, and actually the reward that we are going to get is going to be Chris Sale. I thought of a couple different players, but they don't match up with the All-Star appearances or some of the other clues that we have. Chris Sale has pitched for the White Sox. He's pitched for the Red Sox. He's won over 105 games, so that fits the clue perfectly. And then, of course, we will get Ricky Henderson. But the difference will be with this Ricky Henderson is that it will be an MVP version from a specific year. So we won't get the signature series Ricky Henderson. We're going to get a different one. We will be getting the MVP Ricky Henderson from the 1990 season, in which he had 28 home runs, stole 65 bases, hit 325, had multiple doubles and triples, and honestly had a really incredible year in terms of on-base percentage, led the league with 439. The other card I thought could have also been the World Series reward was Dennis Eckersley. I thought that because he also has over 100 wins, I thought that they might be trying to throw us a little bit of a curveball, but the chances of them going with two Oakland A's players in the same World Series rewards are very slim anyway. Billy Wagner was my very first initial option, though. So we are going to get Chris Sale and Ricky Henderson, most likely. There's like a 99.9% chance. There's not really any other pitchers or players that match up with the clues. And that's all thanks to you guys. I mean, I was thinking a few different players. We were kind of on track there with some of the clues, but that's why it's important to pay attention to each and every small detail. And that's where I kind of got off track. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into some event gameplay. I wanted to try and work on prestiging a couple cards here. We have a few guys in the lineup that can't even be prestiged or can't even really be worked on. I sold all my Face of the Franchise legends that I didn't need. I have pretty much everyone that I can prestige or that I want to prestige in this lineup. And we're mainly working on Mike Trout, Jimmy Rollins, Stan Musial. We're mainly working on finishing Larry Walker as well as Gary Sheffield. So there are a few guys. In this next game, though, I thought I would include some highlights from this one. This is the most lineouts and hard ground balls I've seen in a 3-inning game in any MLB The Show. I mean, I think at least 5 of these outs in this 3-inning game are perfects or hard grounders right to somebody. I know that launch angle comes into play this year, but I thought that this was just a pretty crazy game. Anyway, this clip is actually going to glitch out, but we lined out once again right to the shortstop. Perfect swing in the top of the third inning. Still don't even have a hit yet. Another perfect swing, and this is going to result in a 9-3 putout. And we end up not getting any hits in this one. Gave up a couple late base hits to start off the bottom of the third, and then this ground ball will win it, because look at Mike Trout. The game-winning run's coming home, and he's just taking his time. So it's all good. That's going to happen sometimes in the 3-inning game. I thought I would include that because at least 4 or 5 outs right there were hit well, and I didn't get a hit in that game. I thought that was pretty crazy. We were facing that Topps Now Kyle Hendricks card. Anyway, the very next one, first perfect swing is leaving the yard. That's pretty good because I'm looking to prestige that Larry Walker card. I only need about 6 or 7 more base hits with them in general, and we will be able to complete that. And he'll be locked in right field for quite some time until we get some better outfielders. I don't know what Ricky Henderson's stats or attributes are going to be looking like, but he better have, over 80 power against right and close to 100-something power against lefties for me to even consider using him over some of the players that I have already. So with that being said, I think that the Chris Sale card might be good. Honestly, though, I think these World Series rewards that we got, Eddie Matthews and Vladimir Guerrero, are pretty good. These might be the better ones out of the entire year so far, depending on if Chris Sale throws a sinker, depending on if they give him a 5th pitch. He's really generally had 4 pitches in MLB The Show, though, so we'll have to see what that card is looking like. Anyway, in this next game here, this opponent had more of a budget team. He's using, some gold cards. He's using a couple of the cover players. I think he had Bryce Harper and Aaron Judge out there in the outfield. Yeah, those are those 2 guys running for the ball right there. We get something going here as Gary Sheffield tallies another extra base hit, an RBI, which is something that I need. But we got back picked. The base running in this game just always messes me up. I'm always messing up the base running as well. It's a little bit of a combination. I'm trying to send runners. I thought about sending Stan home. I definitely would have been out, though, and that's why I tried to keep him at third base, press left and square at the same time, and I might have accidentally sent Gary Sheffield to third. As soon as I saw that, started pressing R1, and he was already rounding second base. But anyway, later in this game, Gary Sheffield is going deep on a questionable swing. I mean, we're facing some lower-tier players. I think this is a silver card in the game on All-Star difficulty, so that's going to come into play as well. But it's just kind of interesting how sometimes you get rewarded on some of these swings, and then in the previous game, I had a couple perfects that resulted in outs every time. So that was just kind of relatable. That opponent had a couple good swings. He didn't get any hits in that last one, and that's how it can go. That's why in some of these 3-inning games, anybody can win, especially on All-Star difficulty, especially with trying to grind out prestige players or certain players in this event. Even though for the most part in this one, I'm using my my best guys that I can put out there, because I'm trying to get the wins. I'm trying to get some packs, trying to grind the event just in general, have some fun with this game, and try some of these players out that I've been working towards prestiging. I mean, on the bench, we don't even have anybody that we can prestige. I was thinking about using Cody Bellinger to try and unlock that red lightning bat skin. I think that's pretty cool, but I've pretty much unlocked a lot of the stuff in the game so far, and there isn't really much for us to continue to do in this event. I just kind of wanted to get some gameplay up, try and get a few more prestige players in Larry Walker, Gary Sheffield, even though he's not even on my team right now. He'll be back. He will be back eventually on the squad, just a matter of trying some different guys out. Sometimes the clips are kind of glitching out every once in a while. I got to figure out what's going on with that. I do apologize that sometimes the frames will just rapidly advance by a few frames. Like that ball from Cano was hit on a line, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's over the fence as I'm editing the video. So it's kind of interesting. But anyway, Prestige Craig Biggio ripping a ball into the gap for a triple, brings up Mike Trout, and this is something that, this is a good reason why I'm using some good players at the bottom of the lineup too, trying to get as many at-bats with some of these other guys as possible. He ended up walking Larry Walker, so we didn't get a hit with them, but we were able to hit the home run with Trout, grind out some stats with him, and that's why I really like this event in general. Even some of the other modes in the game that we have, like Battle Royale, stuff like that. I can get into some of that stuff now in viewer games because I made World Series. I'm looking to get some collaborations in as well. So I just wanted to talk about a few things in the video, mainly focus on the 2 new World Series rewards that we're going to get. But I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out. Have a great day.